Had a nice stay here on Hogan. We stayed on the site before, and what we liked about it was there's this big cliff right over here. We're gonna go paddle by it. Up on the rock where you see the white marks, there's a nest, and we watched the big nest all day yesterday, thinking that maybe there was an osprey or an eagle up there. We could see the babies in it. We could hear them chirping away. And after a while, a raven came, and so it's a raven nest. There's a little yellow dot on that log there, and that just lets the people know that the portage is down the end of this bay here. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it's very, very shallow in here. Now seems to remember that the last time we were here, it was in August. We had to get out and drag the canoe through here in spots. Well, we're just getting out here at the portage to Lac La Muir from Hogan, 685. Did this one a long time ago and we heard a wolf howling. But just as we pulled in, there was a wolf howling out there, a little one. And as we came in here, I've never seen so many bass and they're young. They must have all been breeding in here, and they're just swimming around in this pool. I'd say 100, and then thousands of young, nice ones about that big. Big nest up in that windswept pine. Curry chicken. You're just taking off from the portage into Red Pine Bay, which is the end of Burnt Root. Oh, what a beauty. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, I hit too much light. Well, we tried to get up these rapids here to the portage, which is literally right in front of it, and we just couldn't handle it, so came back on shore. There's a campsite in here, an old campsite, and there's a trail maintained by the wildlife, it looks like for now, that I'm hoping just leads us up there, so we're going to take that. This is the real portage, which you can see would be crazy at the best of times. So we're just leaving that spot. We just came out. There's the rapids down there that you have to portage around. So the portage sign's missing here, but it's very obvious that the portage is right here. And this one, it's just a little carryover. You're on the other side. In the current, it's hard to pull in this little guy. What is this? There's my fish. It's going to be our lunch today, hopefully. Yeah. Taken off from our Longer Lake site. It is a long lake. It was a tough paddle to get in here. There's so much current coming through this lake, it's almost like a river. Just gonna head up to the rapids here for a few minutes and then right over to our portage. Snap. That's what we're portaging around. And we noticed there's some fiddleheads coming up. There's the trilliums. Already starting to bloom. Yeah. Ended up on our site. It's extremely windy, pretty much landlocked here, but I had to tie the tent to the canoe because the poles were bending down so bad with the wind. Some nice benches. And there's a pair of kestrel, I believe there. They must have a nest in one of those trees back in there. They keep flying around, chirping. They don't like us to. But there is another spot on the other side of the lake over there. It's a very, very nice looking spot, but it was just right in this wind. And you can see from here, it's just, the wind is just pounding today. Sustained winds, probably around 40. Gusts up to 50, I think, and yeah, it's just way too windy over there. Well, it's 7 o'clock, quarter after 7. We've played our dominoes, had dinner. Can't have a fire because it's, well, we could, but it's just too windy, so we're not going to bother having a fire tonight. It's warm, so we don't need one. And you can see the wind and the waves are still blowing away out there. We're just going to lay around and read and listen to our kestrels up there giving us heck every couple of minutes. There's one up there. Alright, just that short little portage. Nice and easy. There's a little bit of current here, so I have to boogie it once we get around that corner. Hopefully we can swing it around. Way too much current. Gonna have to line it up there, I think. After about 40 minutes of upstream paddle, it's pretty strong current actually. We found the portage. Okay. Alright, just stopped for a break. We're about a third done. This is what it's like in here. Like, you can barely see the portage trail out of here. You really have to just keep your eyes on these tiny little paths that the moose are using. And there is a little sign on the back of that tree. I'm not going to say anything negative. It's a fun walk through the forest, but oh hell, look at the sign. Look at the sign way over there. In the forest, way over there. Not even where we came from. You see it?
No.
Come over here. Look at way over there.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
We came from over there. We were following a moose trail. And we didn't even follow the portage. Jeez.
Moose trail was probably easier too.
Look at it. Well, it looks like they want you to go up through here towards that. Okay. Well, you know what? They could do a better job of putting more of these little yellow signs.
You know what? It is what it is.
We shall find our way. Well, we just stopped for another break. Got off track a little bit. The trail's actually up through there. Continues on up through here. But it does, you get off track like one step off this so-called trail and you're like, you have to stop and backtrack or you'll end up down in the valley. We stopped by this stream to fill our water bottles. Finally found our portage over there. Sure would have been nice if they'd put one up there where we missed the turn. Ended up way over there. Alright, once again we've stopped for a little break here. Sat and had a drink. Rested our legs. As you can see, no discernible trail at all. No markings. We're going off all types of navigation we have with us to make sure that we're heading in the right direction at least. Occasionally you'll stumble upon a little piece of trail or a cut log or something and you'll know, okay, that's good. But for the most part, you really got to read your map coming through here. Wonder where the rest of it is. Just stopped for a little break here in the shade. Grab some water. We're about a quarter of the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's 25 or over today. In the sun, could be even 30 degrees. It is so hot. Well done that one. That was just a 2 kilometer, apparently. Sure felt longer than that. Oh boy. There you go. That says it's 2,000. This is Ranger Lake. Okay, takeout out of Ranger is quite the mud pit. right up to your knees and that stuff. And it carries on for a little while. Just paddled across this little pond. There's a portage there. Straight uphill. High Dam Pond to Sitting Man. Interesting. Sitting Man Lake. Sign's taking a bit of beating, but we are here. $700.
Supposed to be a 570.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, we're up the top of the portage hill. That was not fun. Trail looks good up here though, except for the hordes of black flies that seem to have found us. Been pretty lucky so far. Something met its demise here. Feathers all over the place. Alright, we're into Longbow. At the end of Longbow. If you're so disposed, you can paddle up the creek here, and there's another put in way up there. I think we did last time. Awesome. That was cool. Don't often get that lucky on a beaver dam. Almost 30 degrees, and there's some ice and snow left up in there still on the shore. Nice chunk of it in. Alright, this is our site on Longbow. We're actually not going to stay here. We decided it's not very good. It's 29 degrees in the sun today, and there's no shelter. And the two other sites that are decent on this lake are all taken. So,
It's supposed to rain.
and it's supposed to rain tonight, be hot and humid, and tomorrow it's supposed to be a little bit miserable. So we've got about 4 hours to get out of here. We figure we can do it in 4 hours, so we're just gonna head out and go home a day early. And we just spooked a bear up in behind where our campsite was anyway, so there you go. All right, we're at the put in for Tim Lake. First turtle we've seen of the trip.